Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers a throwaway. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me, huh? They think I know the way. Cause I took control of things. Ballin' the solo way. And if you pattern my trend, I make you my protege. Slossin' that soldier race. Niggas don't know them days. Take you in back of the buildings. Make you expose your rage. Take you across the tracks. Make you explode the face. Now you official now. But you got a soul to save. I just been cooking that new. I'm about to drop in a few. Think if I call it the great, the people gon' call it the truth. I ain't really trip on the credit. I just paid all of my dues. I just respected the game. Now my name all in the news. Tripping on all of my moves. Quote me on this, got a lot more to prove. Remember I came in this bitch, fresh out the county with nothing to lose.
For nothing, no. On the ground, oh, you. But I don't do this shit for nothing. No, not at all. You. But my money real, that you do. Oh yeah, so I don't do this shit for nothing.
Like I never left. Stand for some shit that you never read. Passing through stages in life, through the ups and the downs, like it's all just another test. Live by the rules like a fucking ref. I got respect in 100 sets. Too many chains need another chest. Playing no games if it wasn't chess. Cut from that cloth that you couldn't stretch. Cut from that circle you couldn't test. Heavily pressured and under stress, even though niggas ain't sure it was a mess. Honest attempt, blame to the left. Judge a young nigga by their dress. Left us no option, what they expect? Only thing we knew for sure is the main set. Fuck living basic, I'm taking risks. Fuck what they saying, I'm saying this. Don't waste your testament, don't make you rich, it don't mean nothing, so fuck them, let's make a grip. Double up, triple up, make assist. Ballin' so hard you can pay a bitch. Lead to the lake if they wanna fish. Make sure them niggas around you stick to the script. It should be written in stone. You should come visit my zone. Don't take my word, double check all of my flows. Ask them how hustle got on, but fuck what you heard. This for who walk down that road. Sold everything but they sold.
Cool, let's get it. Let's get it. Little recap right off of yesterday. Alright, looking for a shift in market structure to go long inside this 15-minute/1 hour imbalance. Didn't quite get there. We reached down, purchased sell side liquidity here. Right, that single low inside this imbalance. Came down there. Barely swept right here. Went a little bit deeper right here. Alright. Then we finally came back up into this 15-minute Sibby. And we're currently in that right now. Alright, we also have this buy side liquidity, which is these relatively equal highs right on this. These, right? There's a few of them actually, a few of these Sibbies. And then all-time high is right above that, right? Which is relatively equal highs as well. Alright, we're still in the relatively the same area as we were yesterday. Alright, but let's start back up at the top. Weekly still looking solid. Alright, looks like we're reaching for the liquidity above here. Right, looks like we're drawing towards this single high here. Alright, swept liquidity, sell side liquidity, feel some imbalances, right, with this candle. To and through this weekly Sibby, creating this weekly busy. Right, so anytime price is dropping down, right, anticipating discount arrays to hold. Now looking over at the daily, let me just make sure we're good here. Okay, yeah, we're good. Alright, flipping over to the daily. We're just below this daily Sibby. Potential draw, right? Right, purchase liquidity of the single high. Daily busy. Alright, so just looking for price to, you know, finding spots to go long, basically. Alright, looking at like the session liquidity. We already dropped down into this 4-hour busy. We'll clean up the chart a little bit. Also filled that 1 hour inefficiency yesterday. Alright, but we're kind of just hanging out. Got some relatively equal lows on this 1 hour imbalance. Alright, so if we're looking for areas for price to shift to market structure in order to go long, that is one of them right there. There's also some sell side liquidity right underneath it, right? Relatively equal lows. So that's looking good. Right, that's looking good for price to draw into. Feel some inefficiency, right? To keep working its way higher. Because if we look left right here, right, this is all pretty efficient. Let's drop down to the 15-minute and see if it's still like that. So yeah, even on the 15-minute, this whole leg of price. Alright, I'm kind of looking at this leg of price right here. Right, all of this pretty efficient, right? We've worked in all the imbalances, right? There, London, right? Worked these relatively equal lows, small little busy. Alright, so looking for price to drop into here, right? This also overlaps with a 15-minute imbalance. Alright, got those equal lows. Also have that single low right here that is relatively equal as well. Alright, so kind of looking for price to draw into there in order to take the longs. Right. Draw into there. You had a dream, now you living out a nightmare. You almost made a little nigga, you was right there. Now you released it, it's in another light year. Yeah, and it's quite clear. All you needed was a little bit of guidance. In your household, it was just silence. You was your own mother and your father. How the hell you supposed to know what to do when nobody showed you the ropes? All they showed you was pistols and dope. Game flags in the land with no hope. Where every fit of hat mean a different hood. Make it out and they still want you in the hood. Your own homies don't want you living good. Niggas for the help get it understood. It's just a playground full of moon swings. Die for the color of your shoestrings. Alright, it's looking like it's building sell side liquidity up by creating these relatively equal lows. See if we could draw into there. Alright, draw into this 1 hour busy. 15-minute imbalance here as well. Alright, because I still want to draw up into those relatively equal highs, which is this. And we have some civvies up here as well. Right, and that's not that far away. We're only about, what is that? 30 handles, 35 handles away. Clean this up. They don't forget us. I'm sitting around here smoking weed with my niggas. I just
just sitting here trying to win. Pull up to the spot, it's a flock of bins. So much smoke, need oxygen. Free up money, that's not to spend. All gold bottles, that talks again. Standing on the couch, me and my accomplices. Pop a bottle, spot the bitch. Get the bitch, got the bitch. Streets wanna know when you drop the nip. Police wanna know how you got your six. Niggas on the side hate to watch.
See if we generate some buy side liquidity here. Right, save that for later. If we dip into this imbalance, right, we can aim for something like that. Right, for our target.
Talking that, you don't even need a condom shit. Look, I'm really on some baller shit. On some rich nigga, I ain't gotta call you shit. On some fuck with me if you loyal shit. Everybody in my circle gets spoiled shit. Really started in the soil shit. Crowns on the wrist, that's real shit.
I'm just sitting around here smoking weed with my niggas. I just hope when we gone that they don't forget us. Sitting around here smoking weed with my niggas. I just hope when we gone
Check it out.
that they don't forget us.
Look, we just sitting here trying to win. Drop 20 bands, you can fly us in. Turn down deals, they gon' try again. We need a partnership, but they don't sign in here. You don't see the type of cars we in. You don't see the
Alright, we're also looking at day of the week. Today is Wednesday. Alright, today's Wednesday. So just looking at how the week's been playing out so far. Alright, we have Monday here. Monday expanded. Tuesday kind of set this high in. Alright, but for the most part kind of consolidated. Alright, stayed within this range. So let's see. We're either gonna put in, this was like a short-term low. Alright, keep expanding higher. Alright, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
Still I keep going. I've been to a poet. I've been through the motions. I'm feeling heroic. But life is a dice game, and they dare you to blow it. You might get a stripe, man, but that ain't gonna pay for the strollers. It's never enough to console her. Tell her your daddy a soldier. She needs you right now in this moment. Now dead on your back pushing roses. To me, I'm just carving a sculpture and fine-tuning my approaches. Doubling back as the owner. The moment of truth is opponents, call them promoters.
Rolling with my friends, not a worry. Then we get stopped by the police. Gotta make it home to my baby. 'Cause these days niggas going crazy. Gotta make it home to my baby. 'Cause these days niggas ain't me. Gotta make it home to my baby. Holla, yeah, look. I bet I'ma make it home to my baby. I bet I'ma bang bang, yeah. I bet I'ma make it home to my baby. I said, I bet I'ma make it home to you, baby.
Mogul and they know that. Logo on my flow mat. Courtside Chamberlain throwback match my Rolex. Everywhere I go flex. Valet park on some low shit. Whole lot of smoke in that Rory, that thing poke. Burning rubber. Wearing cameras, they was undercovers. Under pressure, made statements turned on their brothers. Never judge you, but the streets will never love you. I wonder what it come to in your brain for you to run to. One's the haters, handcuff us and maces. Call us dumb niggas cause our culture is contagious. Third generation South Central gangbangers that live long enough to see it change. Think it's time we make arrangements. Finally wiggle out that maze. Find me out in different places. When the smoke by the door, there's still
Possibly creating a little 1 minute busy or Sibi right here. Alright, so let's see if we can start drawing towards those relatively equal lows. Alright, these guys right here, as well as these, relatively equal as well. We just got that bearish shift in market structure, right? Looking for a little short term. I don't think this is too far away. Yeah, this is only like 5 handles away.
How many stains? I see 3. The bitch started to panic, so I made her switch seats.
3 3/4 stop loss.
Police chopper here flying now.
We could trade into there, right? But looking for us, right, to take these relatively equal lows out. Trade into this 1 hour busy right here, right, that we're currently in. All right, looking for us to draw into this 1 hour busy right here.
I take them both to the spot, plus your phone till you back online.
Yeah, I'm tryna go down, down as a grade. Every night I get on my knees and pray that I will go down. Yeah, I will go down.
Yeah. Legendary moves, leader of my crew. Heavy is the head that wear the crown, that shit true. Do it like Nip Hustle, that's to fill some big shoes. And what good is excuses when the fucking Bristol? Smoking all this Indo. Run away from my pain, rosemary on my temples. Heard that's good for migraines. Solo in my benzo. Exit off the highway. Solitary thoughts like how to reinvest my side chain.
I'm tryna go down, down as a grade. Every night I get on my knees and pray that I will go down. Yeah, I will go down. Yeah.
Interesting, right? Great. Wanting this Sibi to get respected, but creating a busy that overlaps it. Yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting. Especially because we have that low-hanging fruit target of these relative equal lows right here. We also have FOMC minutes. FOMC minutes later on today, 2 p.m. Eastern time. We got that popping. Looks like price wants to work its way up into this. Yesterday's AM session, price action. What's up, Darren? What is up? Good morning, senor. How's it? How's it? Say the wrong hood, bullets explode, and I trust you. People these days, cause that's go. I see niggas get killed for who they roll with and chose to keep inside their circle. Satan sitting on your sofa. Same nigga that shot you was the one you used to smoke with. Cold shit, my whole clique notorious. Right, these are still looking really smooth, right, in my opinion. Right, looking really smooth here. Right, these relative equal lows right here. Also with this single low, basically relatively equal lows. Right, with this inefficiency, the only inefficiency that we have, right, if we're looking at all this price action right here, right, it's all pretty efficient. We worked it, you know, we worked pretty much every inefficiency in, right? So if we're looking for the long side, right, and we're looking to draw up higher, all right, we have some liquidity up here, inefficiencies, plus we got all-time highs right here. All right, so just looking for discount arrays like this fair value gap right here to be respected. That's kind of the main thing that I'm looking at. All right, nothing else stands off the chart too much. All right. The only thing I can think of, right, is that we get a smaller shift in market structure, right, that we're above. We just took out like a bunch of highs, right? So there's buy side liquidity above there, right? One, that high got purged by this high got purged by this high, right? If we get a bearish shift in market structure, right, and this still hasn't been taken out, I'd be willing to take that, right? And then I look for the longs inside of there. but prefer, right, if I had to choose one, right, I'd rather just wait for the longs inside this 1 hour imbalance. Right. If I had to choose one. That's solid, dude. Solid. Busy's good though. Busy's good.
We gon' tape it off if we ball play. Put a half a moon crescent on your ball fade. Police hit the lights, that's a car chase. Looking back at my life, make my heart race. Dance with the devil and test all faith. I was thinking chess moves, but it was God grace. Cook it ass whoever till we all straight. With no shame, I peep game and it's all fake. South Central state of mind, high crime rate. Homicide, hate gang banging to get you all day. Look at my face. Keep taking me higher and higher. Told Cali bounce the phone to the bar break. But don't you know that the devil is a liar? I know they'd rather see me down, put my soul in the fire. But we keep going higher.
Have this little 1 minute busy here. Alright, but I want to see price draw down into this 1 hour busy. Hop over to the 15 minute.
You niggas done. I don't give a fuck where you niggas from. Throw you in your mouth, go and get a gun. Then you slumped on the scene, that's a hit and run. Oh y'all bloods now, oh y'all crips now. Fuck it, I'm big draws, I'm Jake Prince now. A frontline wars we can't fix now.
You know what we're also working in still? Is this New Day opening gap right here. Which just so happens, right, to overlap with this 1 hour busy. Right, see price draw towards, right, get that shift in market structure, keep working our way up higher. But we're kind of just chilling out, right? If we have a pretty calm AM session, right, that means they're just waiting for the FOMC minutes later. Right, that's what I'm thinking.
Before I take it ill. Tell me even out the playing field. Niggas wasn't playing fair. Solo still made it here. Rich real nigga ass yo. Coming straight off the slumps. Crazy motherfucker named Nipsey. I'm turned up cause I grew up in the 60s. Caution to you rap niggas try and diss me. I go hard. That's why your bitch wanna flip me. Big guns, nigga turn rivals into rosaries. Extended clips. I give a fuck who you supposed to be. Straight off the block, I sold dope to buy groceries. Now it's rap money, no advances, all royalties. You broke, nigga, you can follow me. It's fuck bitches, get money, keep some hollow heads logically. And I'm for where homicide boost the economy. Pay taxes to these corners and putting in work as a policy. It's white chalk on the corners. It's yellow tape on the gates. Choppers up above, that's cuz a tiny lokes run the streets where I'm from. Small introduction to this Nipsey Hussle music. Us money and bitches, that's the way that we do it. First get your bride on, then get your shine on. Then come through daytime with the lights on. Then hit the fast lane, and let your chain swing. You get like a doctor, but you gang bang. Yeah, this hustle in the house. Yeah, this hustle in the house. I'm prolific, so gifted. I'm the type that's gon' go get it. No kidding. Breaking down a swish in front of your building. Sitting on the steps, feeling no feelings. Last night it was a cold killing. You gotta keep the devil in his hole, nigga. But you know how it go, nigga. I'm front line every time it's on, nigga. 100 pro flow, run and shoot pro. 458 drop, playing bulletproof soul. Every few shows, I just buy some new gold. Circle got smaller, everybody can't go. Downtown Diamond District, jewelers like yo. Hustle, holla at me, I got Cubans on the low. Through the Cancun, smoking Cubans on the boat. Then dock that Tulum just to smoke. Look, listening to music at the Mayan ruins. True devotion on the bluest ocean. Cruising, my cultural influence, even revolution. I'm integrated vertically, y'all niggas blew it. They tell me hustle, dumb it down, you might confuse them. This ain't that weirdo rap, you motherfuckers.
All right, we're in that first AM macro session. Alright, so be looking for us to start drawing towards some liquidity. Right, and if we don't get that, we're definitely waiting for the FOMC minutes for sure. That's what it seems like. Also, if you're looking at Bitcoin's chart, it's kind of hanging out. Makes it seem like we're just waiting for some news, right? We're either building up liquidity on both sides, right? The consolidation, right? It's right, expansion, consolidation, and we either have the retracement or another expansion, right? So we got FOMC later on today. We also have unemployment claims tomorrow morning, as well as some PMI news. And then we got Mr. J Powell speaking on Friday. Oh, 10 a.m. Oh, so that'll be during the session on Friday. We'll get some red folder news at 10 a.m. Also very interesting today, which I swear this just came up on the calendar after Monday. I remember seeing this on Tuesday, but I don't remember seeing this on Monday. We have crude oil inventories at 10:30. Right, which is very interesting. I don't remember that being on there last week. And it's not even a red folder, it's an orange folder at 10:30. I don't think I've seen that too many times. Very interesting. So far, we're expecting this 1 minute busy, right? That overlaps with that 1 minute Sibi. Right, candle bodies, respecting it for the most part.
Wrong, but we stayed strong. And when we kept it real, we got faked on. And when we showed up, we got flaked on. But why them niggas story getting cake on? I bet my
Yeah, we only got a couple red folders next week. Right, only one 10 a.m., which is consumer confidence. Got some 8:30s on Thursday, and then at 8:30 on Friday. Not too much going on for the rest of August, honestly. But that first week of September's got a lot of stuff going on, so should be pretty solid. Just keep working our way up higher. Alright, trading to the top end of this imbalance. But other than that, I'm sitting on the hands until we can get in here or right shift the market structure to draw into here. Right. Niggas doubt pessimism ain't affecting me. Fuel to the fire, took it higher than they ever seen. Frequent flights sink like 7-6. Shopping spree, spend about 11 G's. Eyes bloodshot, I don't never sleep. My niggas act on instinct, we don't never think. When confronted with a problem, we don't never flip. There's not FOMC today, but we have like the FOMC minutes, which is basically like I think it's like just like a recap. Or I'm not too sure exactly how the FOMC minutes work, but from like the technical standpoint, it's the FOMC minutes react very similarly to FOMC, which like it's very very simple. It's you just wait for, let's say FOMC news drops at like, let's say it drops at like 11, right? Which it does today, the minutes. If it drops at 11, oh, just kidding, it drops at 2 Eastern time, 2 Eastern time, right? If it drops at 11 or 2 p.m. Eastern time, you wait till 30 minutes after, right, to an hour 15 after, which would be 3:15. Right. This time window right here, that's where you're looking to see if, let's say FOMC dropped at this candle right here, right, at 9:30, the open. See how this low is still intact, right? And we're drawing higher. If we get a shift in market structure, this is liquidity. That initial move from FOMC is liquidity, right? So we're just looking for a shift in market structure to aim towards that opposite end, right? That like initial move. Pretty consistent, right? Pretty consistent. Yes, sir. Yeah, just let me know. Just let me know what you need, Darren. Let me know. Let me know what you want to define for sure. Yeah, but it's basically, I mean, it's pretty simple, right? You just wait for the news to drop. If that initial move that it first makes right when the news drops, if that doesn't get purged, right, and we trade to the opposite end, kind of how we're doing right now, right? You're just looking for a shift in market structure in this time window, right? Super simple, and it's pretty consistent. And it's very similar to FOMC. Or I've noticed that the FOMC minutes reacts very similarly to FOMC. Alright, we're almost at this buy side liquidity right here. We're just a little bit shy. Just a little bit shy. Maybe we're building that up for later. Alright, and since we're so close to it now, right, stacking that buy side liquidity, not really interested in the shorts, right? Because price can just real quickly draw to this buy side liquidity. Alright, so just kind of sitting on the hands then. Busy and Sibby? Yeah, basically buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So if we look right here, right, just look up the one we already have marked up. Alright, you see this is a bullish candle, right? Bullish candle here. And you see how there's a gap between this candle's high and this candle's low, right? Only delivering buy side, right? There's no sell side delivery, right? It's not like this when we're working where let's see, like let's see here, right? There's no inefficiencies, right? See how price came up, it opened here, but look at immediately it came down and closed that, right? Touched the top of this candle's high right there, right? So it completely closes in this candle, right? That means it's delivering. That's efficient right there, right? Busy stands for buy side inefficient, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, right? So it's basically, right, there's been no sell side delivery, right? We haven't worked into this on the downside, right? It's only expanded to the upside, right? So it's offered buy side,
we gotta go a step
right?
further because I think
It's offered the longs, but it hasn't offered the shorts. That's why it's inefficient on the SI, right? In busy, sell side inefficiency, right? It's inefficient on sell side delivery. So that's what that is what the busy is, and then you could just flip that for a Sibi, right? A Sibi would be sell side inefficiency, right? Like this right here,
Where your backbone, nigga, where your code at? Where your
right?
days of day one real bros at? Where them stories that you tell
Sell side inefficiency,
Where your heart, nigga, where your soul
right?
at?
Or buy side inefficiency, excuse me, sorry.
Ain't no guarantee.
Sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, right? But look at we made it efficient by trading it up into here, right? Delivering that buy side, right? So now it's efficient, right? Why does it matter, right? Why does it matter? If it's inefficient, that means price, right? It can draw there, right? To make it efficient. So it could be a draw, right? A draw on liquidity, given the right circumstance, if it has like liquidity on top of it, right? So you can see there's a lot of buy side inefficiency, or buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, right? We have another one here. So we haven't delivered the sell side, right, to it yet, right? So if you look like here's a bunch of busies right here. See how we made that efficient by trading it here? Look at it. It's like possible like turning points, right? So it's delivering, right? Like this is a busy right here. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. It's delivering that sell side here, making it efficient, right? Right, so I like to use those as draws on liquidity, right? Or like possible turning points for price can continue, basically. You know, like this one, right? Looking for a shift in market structure to go long because everything else is efficient to the left, right? The only thing that's not efficient is this right here, right? There's another busy right there, but it doesn't have liquidity, right? Like this one has liquidity, so that's why I thought we would draw to it no problem, right? But look at how we didn't purge that high right here. So right, if we can, maybe it wants to deliver that sell side inefficiency, right, before going higher and purging this buy side liquidity, right? Its price is basically just going to liquidity and inefficiencies. Like, to keep it super simple, that's what price is doing, right? When it's either going up for inefficiencies, right, or going up to purge liquidity, right? Or it's doing both, right? If we were to drop down into, right, when price wants to drop down into this 1 hour busy, what is it doing, right? It's doing two things, right? It's purging the liquidity, right? That sell side liquidity, and it's also delivering sell side inefficiency, right? Busy, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So it's like killing two birds with one stone, right? So that is usually a strong place that price wants to draw towards, right? Because it purges the liquidity, right? You can imagine like infinite amount of stop losses are right here, right? It's kind of the way I look at it for liquidity, right? There's like an infinite amount of stop losses at these relatively equal lows, right? So like when price goes down there, it gets all those people out, right? It purges that liquidity, and it also delivers sell side inefficiency, right, by trading down into it. So it's like it's killing two birds with one stone. That's why I normally see that as a pretty strong draw on liquidity, because it does two things, right? Think about like thousands, hundreds of thousands of stop losses right at these relatively equal lows, right? So that's the way I kind of look at it. And I did not coin that term at all, right? That's from another trader, right? Inner Circle Trader, right? Michael Huddleston. He coined all those terms, right? That's where I learned it from. Give him the credit he deserves for sure. He's absolute fucking savage. right? If we come down, trade into this 1 hour busy, right? Purge those relatively equal lows, right? And leave that high, right? I can definitely see us coming above, purging that liquidity later. Yeah. Dude, he's a savage though. Check him out. Michael Huddleston. Huddleston. I don't know if I spelled that right. Let me see. Change my ways, no, I change my bra. Change my change, never change my squad. And stack till I can change my car. Cause I wanna dance, I wanna look good with my friends. I need my yeah, Michael Huddleston. I wanna know some bands. Huddleston. I wanna be the motherfucking bitch. I wanna be. I wanna look good with my friends. I need my money. Yeah, he goes by Inner Circle Trader. Yeah, if you want to see, right? Because I built a model off of, he has a lot of material on his channel. And he gives you basically the language on like how to read price, right? With all that material, then you can come to like your consensus and kind of like build your own model around it. Right, that's the way I kind of look at it. So it's like he has if you look, he has a lot of content, right? A lot of content, and you can kind of, he gives you the language to build your model around, if that makes sense. Like he basically like, check him out. Because it's a lot, but he starts like basically teaching you English, right? He's telling you what like each words mean, like how letters can form words and stuff. It's basically like that before the charts, which is crazy. Right, and he coins the term busy. He uses that as well. Busy, SIBI, right? Buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, order blocks. I don't know if you ever heard of like order blocks and stuff. He coined all those terms, right? He coined all those terms. Yep. No, honestly, super fortunate to have my cousin. He put me on ICT a couple years ago, and I didn't take him seriously until last year, like March last year, where I really started deep diving into his content and like putting it to the test, like literally, like putting it to the test. New week, a new day opening gap, right? He's the one that drew my eye towards that, right? He's the one that just showed how like those are just absolute magnets for price, right? Price usually wants to come to new day opening gaps, new week opening gaps, which would be, let's see here, last week, right there. See how there's a gap right here? Look at the time. Look how the time changes, right? From Friday to Sunday. That close, look at that open. See that little gap right there? Right, from the bottom of this candle, the close of this candle to the open of that, that's a new week opening gap right there. Price likes to work that and draw to it, given some other things as well, right? Not alone, right? Not by itself, it's just gonna automatically draw there. But right, given like, shifts in market structure, liquidity, inefficiencies, use a couple of them and they kind of work together, right? There's a new day opening gap here. All right. But if you're curious, Naren, I basically built my model. It's very, very similar, almost not 100% exactly, but it's like his 22, model 22. If you look on his channel, he has like a whole folder of like 40, I want to say 42 videos of the Model 22. If you go under, I think it's under his playlist. Oh, actually, it might be called the 2022 ICT Mentorship. 41 videos. Yeah, that's it. That is where I started, right? The End series, great fucking series, right? Great fucking series. That just sets the expectations so well, so well. Of just see, look at that. Look at that. Look how we didn't purge that liquidity. Look at how aggressive. Look at that. 2 candles. It trades, right? We're just kind of chopping around, doing nothing, and then within 2 candles, it just draws towards those relatively equal lows. Relatively equal lows, and this 1 hour busy. Look at that. 2 candles. Right? 2-3 candles, right? We're just chopping here for like, right after it's created, we're chopping for 3 hours 20 minutes. It takes back all that, right? It takes back all that in 2 minutes. Look how aggressive it is towards there. This is interesting too because it's only 15 minutes away from that crude oil inventories, which I feel like is gonna have some volatility. Right, so then now that we got it here, looking for that shift in market structure. Right, I'm glad we didn't get a shift in market structure up here, because then that could lead to a bigger shift in market structure, right? But how we got there so aggressively here, right? I'll be looking for that little 1 minute shift in market structure. Perfect that we generated liquidity here. Definitely higher draw, right? So maybe we can get that around the 10:30 turn. Yeah, check him out. Check him out. Let me know what you think. He's got a lot of content, but it is definitely worth the listen. Yeah, he's I mean, if you want to see calling out like the 15-second, 5-second, like this is all the same. Like, I am not that skilled to know all of his tools, but I don't need to, right? I just focus on like a very niche avenue of a couple of his tools that he has, right? I try to keep it super simple. I don't need it. He has like the market maker model. I mean, he's got a lot of models. I think he has like 82 or 81 different ways of getting into the market, right? Which is gnarly. All right, I just want the one, right? You just need one to make money, so I just focus like around the Model 22. Also very interesting too right now is he's teaching his son in the 2024 model. I haven't really listened to it too much. I've listened to a few lectures, but I mean that's something that's happening in real time. Yeah. You'll see. I mean, you'll see. Right. I mean, you should be able to see right away. It is very similar to that shift in market structure, right? But that draw on liquidity, and like purging liquidity, he really focuses on that like purge of liquidity, right? Like it purging previous day's high or something, relatively equal lows, right? And then getting that shift. Right. But yeah, check it out. It's pretty crazy. He's, like his son wants to learn how to trade right now, so he's actually doing like a series, right? The 2024 mentorship for free on YouTube, and he's basically talking to his son, which is crazy. That feedback is cool to see. All right, the technicals, that's the sauce, his channel. But what he also did was Twitter Spaces, which are just, I mean, that's where the the neural links in the brain start connecting all the dots. That was like a super because like the technicals, like yeah, you can see the technicals, but like when he goes and talks about like so many things outside of trading that correlate to your performance in trading, it's like it's crazy. And like resetting expectations, I feel like is a huge thing, right, within trading. It's like you just don't know like expectations on like how long it should take, if I'm doing the right things, what should I be doing, you know, how do I go about studying, right, how do I go about like tape reading and stuff, right? He covers that, right, and more, like everything you can ever ask, right? Ask questions about trading, he covers it, right? But don't take my word, check him out, make your own conclusion, right? Spend some time with them and, you know, kind of see for yourself. Yeah, I mean he's got a great mentor, and you got to think like, why would his son be good, right? We have access to like very similar material, but why? Like it's the personal one-on-one mentorship outside the charts, right? It's with the charts too, absolutely, like the technicals, absolutely, but it's that those conversations and questions that you have like outside the charts, you know, and like I'm kind of dealing with this. He brings up stuff that you don't even know that you're dealing with, you know what I mean? So it's like you don't know what you don't know, and he brings all that stuff up, you know, like when you want to feel like you need to get back out of drawdown, right? Just like things like that. You know, sometimes people feel like they're inferior and they try to put that on the charts as well, right? Sometimes people feel like they're superior and they try to put that on the charts as well, you know? Covers so much stuff in those Twitter spaces. That's what really helped me out, was those Twitter spaces and covering everything outside the charts, right? Setting the right expectations up of like, you know, giving yourself some time to learn it and like really watch the videos and then practice it on the charts and like see it real time, right? He's the one that really, I don't know where he emphasizes it, but he goes over a model for FOMC, and that's what I talk about when I talk about those FOMC, that setup and those specific time frames. That's all from him, and it's like I tested it out myself, you know, saw real time, and I'm like, you know, I think there's something to it. I think there's some validity to what he's saying. We purged that liquidity real quick, right? No shifts in market structure to go higher, which is fine, but look at this good read, right? Look how fast we got there, right? Just to fill that inefficiency and purge that liquidity, and then look how fast we started drawing up higher, right? We're going for this single high here, right? It's basically relatively equal highs with this high, right? These two highs right here, relatively equal highs, right? We already had that marked up from, right? We wanted this single high to get purged, right? And what it's doing right here, the way I look at it, is just generating more liquidity, right? It's trying to get people to go short, right? Get people to go short, right? They trade like support and resistance or whatever, right? And look at how fast we just whipped right back up, right? How fast we drew to it and how fast we're drawing back up. Looking very nice, right? Right, and it's like I've never dealt with it, but I've heard him talk about it. It's like the fear of missing out on trade setups. Like, even though you know where, right? Yeah, you have a high probability of where you think it's going, right? It's like sometimes like it just doesn't give you a model, right? And like being disciplined to the model is like the #1 thing for me, right? Staying within my niche. So, you know, like it's okay that no setup gets presented, right? Even though we wanted to draw first to this 1 hour busy, right? Get a long setup, right? A shift in market structure to draw higher, right? For me, I mean, I'm totally fine with missing out on trades because I'm just waiting for my very specific model to happen, you know, entry model specifically.
Baby, how you doing? I'm too legit to quit. $1 million home, she go choose up quick. Bitch, I ain't stopped. 4-5 rocket. Cardo had the chop.
All right, we should be able to get. We got that crude oil news here in about 5 minutes as well. I know it's an orange folder, but it's the way the price is just consolidating. I'm anticipating, right, more volatility to come right at that 10:30 turn. Right, that 10:30 time. That 10:30. Shop to the 15-minute. Yeah, no imbalances left. Yeah, I came back real quick. 2-minute. Alright, so the only thing I could see is we come down to these inefficiencies, which is like a 3-minute inefficiency, right? This guy right here. If we get a shift in market structure again inside of there, right, that would be valid for me. We get a little 1-minute shift somewhere in here, right? Maybe we come down, even touch the top of that 1 hour busy, right? Displace above that short-term high. If we still haven't purged this high, and look at all these, I mean, dude, come on, look at all these relatively equal highs here. Look how much liquidity. It's like double. It's like a double. Got 2 stacks of liquidity right on top of each other. It's like double. Yeah, so if we get that shift in market structure somewhere in here, right? Like literally anywhere in here, right? Anywhere in that efficiency to that 1 hour imbalance, we get that displacement above a short-term high. I mean, high probability we're drawing up here, right? If we just don't rip right now and just draw up there. Double. Also got news dropping here in a couple minutes. Double.
Regular shit. You a side nigga cooking hoes breakfast and shit. Off to the motherfucking city, it's lit. I'm sliding to the neck, these niggas chip me as shit. Like, why the fuck you blowing up my phone about the bitch? If you hit, then you hit, nigga, keep that shit pimpin'. This watch on my motherfucking wrist a lot. Never told on a nigga and it's 10 in my sock. Running through the red lights in the all black drop. Got a condo in the spot, couple whips on drop. Bubble tea, seller, 40 million better. Long nose Beretta, hog flex. Niggas bippin' and trippin', politicking, corner dipping, real pippin'. Cold nigga probably bought a road different on. I'm politicking with the big trap still booming. Sun hefty in the clip, trap still booming. In this midnight fit, trap still booming. Told them you ain't got a trip, trap still booming.
Right, I'm thinking that this news, it sends us to this liquidity, right? There's no shifts in market structure. We only have like a couple minutes before the news drops, but I'm thinking that news where this liquidity is just resting here. All this liquidity is just resting right up here, and we already filled the inefficiencies in. I'm thinking that news can just quickly get us to this liquidity, right? Purge this liquidity.
Nigga, I dropped 60 in the motherfucking Nash. Nigga, this have been corners, y'all talking about? Slide, It's the motherfucking nice shit.
Right. Probably have to hop off here too, like a couple minutes after this news drops, unfortunately, but I'll be able to stay for the news. Right, we got like 1 more minute till this news drops. Yeah, look at it. It's just that previous. Look at that last candle's high. Just building that liquidity up. Building it up. Look at that. Look at all those relatively equal highs right there. Look at that. Look at that.
I'm a Frisco nigga, but I'm sliding through the east. Niggas know how I'm coming, I pull up in something clean. Couple niggas with me right behind me in the sleeve. I don't leave the house without my motherfucking heat. The bay hella smirk is the
So let's see how this news reacts right here.
skinny tie rider. Pull up on my block with that glass house knock. I'm an old school driver, bad bitch knocker, bankroll popper, all the hoes jocker. Glass house knocking, nigga racks in my pocket. Glass house knocking, nigga racks in my pocket. Ay, 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 ay. Nigga glass house knocking. Ay, 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 ay. Nigga glass house knocking. I just did a motherfucking jewel. Now I'm about to start a whole hood. Nigga hit me on my truck on his good. Hit me on my truck.
Let's see here. Let's see.
Got the old school hit. Sliding down high.
Give it a minute. Give it a minute.
Old game, so I stopped and waved. Damn, I ain't seen this bitch in days. Car wash pimping, I'm macking same. Every time you see me, I'm stacking same. I gotta stay healthy on the bitch. Moving, grooving on my shit. Rock, flip a lot, moving with a 6-shot. Bought it how I wanted, so I went and kept the whip stock. Ballin' nigga, no you not, nigga, use a mark. Get you some money and get up out a nigga pocket. Asking me questions like June with a beam, man. Okay, you bought the
Nothing.
AMG, I seen that. And I don't even trap no more,
Nothing.
it's all rap. Everything a nigga talk about is all facts, nigga. Yeah. Nigga had to step it up. Yeah. Damn. Man, off top out the mud. Yeah. Going hard on the slugs. Yeah. Chill.
I don't know what it is, but it feels so right. How could I say no when it feels so right? Yeah.
Maybe it's a little delayed or something.
Told him that you doing good, but you can do a little better. And when I call, I'm just checking, making sure that you good. Do the bitch cook you breakfast? Yeah.
That baby for real.
I don't know what it is, but it feels so right.
Looking at our pictures like damn, I kinda miss you. Anything you need off top, you can hit me. Life getting crazy, shit getting tricky. It's just something about you, man. It's better when you whip. Flight to the D, don't trip, it's on me. Then I'ma lay you down.
Okay. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's like a little delayed or something, but
Get a chance to see you.
oh, there we go. Okay, a little drop down. Feel some inefficiencies in.
How can I resist when it feels so right? So fuck all that texting, babe. I'm about to book the flight. It's happening.
What it is, but it feels
You gotta think too. Why? Yeah, just why is his son gonna be so skilled, right? I mean, great mentor, right? But we have access to a lot of the same things that, you know, his son has access to. I mean, besides him directly, but I mean, there's so much content out there. Like, and those Twitter Spaces. I mean, there's. I don't know if there's thousands of hours, but there's definitely hundreds of hours of spaces I've listened to. I want to say last year I had like, I want to say I listened to like 10,000 minutes. I want to say it was like 10,000 minutes of his Twitter Spaces. 14,445 minutes. What is that? How many hours is that? 14,445. 240 hours. Yeah, 240 hours. Savage. But I mean, we're just generating more buy-side liquidity, right? Generating more buy-side liquidity, right? Price shouldn't have a problem going up, purging these buy-side liquidities here, right? Relatively equal highs, some little minor buy-side liquidity, right? We got a bunch of relatively equal highs here, right? We also have relatively equal 4-hour highs with some SIBIs, and also all-time high, right, which is also liquidity up there. Yeah. Solid though, solid. Just reading today, right? Sitting on the hands. And with that being said, it's about that time. Right, we'll recap tomorrow. See how price treated these liquidity. Right. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you, Darren. We'll be back on tomorrow morning. All right. I'll try to post in like the low community tab about the FOMC minutes because I like to watch that. But unfortunately won't be able to sit on the charts during that time. And yeah, be back on tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. And until then, peace out.